Hello, welcome to this week's Staff Room Short. We're going to spend 5 minutes and 2 questions thinking about the theme of outreach. Okay, so outreach might sound obvious. How do we go out to people and reach out to people? And particularly thinking about Encounter last week, we talked about that journey through Encounter, discipleship, missionary discipleship. But I suppose at the moment in the church, when we think about outreach, we need to think about who it is that needs us to outreach to them. And often they are the people who are the most marginalised, those people who are in need. When we look at Catholic social teaching, and we'll draw upon Catholic social teaching, in fact there'll be a video about Catholic social teaching soon, we'll draw upon that. When we look at Catholic social teaching, there is built into that something called a preferential option for the poor, which kind of says that the people we need to reach out to, the people we need to go out to, are the people who are most in need. Now that's quite an important concept. It runs through a lot of our Catholic life and mission. And when we think about outreach right now, well, it's time to start thinking about how do we meet and reach those people who are in our communities who are most in need. And they may well be colleagues who are sat in this room right now. They may well be young people who come from really difficult situations. There might be families who are having a really rough time. It might be the refugee who's just arrived in this country. It could be the local community. It could be those in our parishes. We all know who the people are in need, but how do we reach out to them? There's a beautiful story, one of the parables that Jesus told, called the prodigal son. You might have heard of it, references on the screen. In it, there's a really important moment in it. I talk about this a lot, so apologies if you heard me talk about this before, but I think it's really important, where the dad sees the son who's in need, and rather than wait for him to come to him, he runs out to meet him. And in doing so, he has to kind of come away from his comfort zone and come away from his security and put himself in the reality of the other person. During the Year of Mercy, which was an extraordinary year that we had a few years back, Pope Francis said that real mercy, real love, real compassion is when you put yourself in the chaos of someone else's life. So what in your school, what in your community allows yourself to put yourself in the reality of others, particularly those who might be struggling, or those who might be in need, or those who might be left out? Outreach may very well take place inside your school community, because there's still people who can feel left out and far away. So this week then, the 2 things to think about. Who are those people that we need to kind of put first? Those people who are most in need in our communities and a bit further beyond. Who are those people and what do they need? And the second question is, how can we go to them? How can we create structures and systems and opportunities where we go to where they are and recognise and value them in their reality? What are those opportunities going to be for us to go out to them? Because we are an outward looking church. We should be a missionary church, one that goes out. And the theme of outreach helps us think about how we first recognise who we should be working with and going to, and then how we can get past our comfort zones, the things that we always do, the normal stuff, and put ourselves in their reality so that we can serve them and love them better. See you soon.